Brothers and sisters, I want to tell you, it is a great pleasure to have you here in St. John's Rural North tonight on our wonderful playing field here called the Crawford's Playing Field that is situated between Cedar Grove and the lovely Royals Gardens over behind me. Now, I know it's late. I want to thank all of you so much for the wonderful support for the United Progressive Party, for staying so long. The motorcade was, the whistle stop was wonderful. Look at people. Look at people still. Brothers and sisters, all in blue, and that's wonderful. And you know, we have to make the point. We had the monarch sing a song, but you didn't know that. You didn't know he was coming. You heard Absti's song. You hear that line in it where it talks about he drink cooks, pan water. Listen to lyrics, brothers and sisters. We have our own. We need to support them. But I want to thank all of you for coming and again for being part of this tremendous rally here tonight. Now, the Prime Minister comes next, so I have to be quick. Wednesday night, we will have other opportunities to continue and talk because I know some of you have to get home. But I want to start by saying this, brothers and sisters. In 1992, when I started working for the United Progressive Party, I campaigned with the rest of my colleagues. Gar Fabbert, my campaign manager, brought me into this thing. And we worked hard for Polly Potter. In 1994, we weren't successful, but we continued working in 95, 96, 97. In 97, I became the candidate, and we ran again in 99, and again we weren't successful. But we stayed, brothers and sisters, we stayed. John McGinley made a commitment to the people of rural North, and he stayed. And in 2004, we won this constituency hands down. By commitment, John McGinley stayed in the race and worked every day. Showed his commitment. Now they have somebody running against me. 2004, he challenged for the primary. And when he lost, pack up his bungle and gone. Now he's back. He's back saying that he's committed to people in rural North. He has no connection with rural North. Never did. All he is trying to get an opportunity to work with Lester Bird and Asset Michael. Isn't that something? That now he's teaming up with Lester Bird and Asset Michael. The same two who he said he could not work with because in his terms, they're not all that honest. So he packed up his bungle. But he's back. People of St. John's Rural North, you might not agree with everything I do. You might not like the way I carry out certain things. But never ever question John McGinley's commitment to the people of rural North. I grew up in Coolidge. I have stayed in rural North. And although I did other things with Rotary and cricket and so, I never have ever left St. John's Rural North, and I've always been there for the people. Now, we're going to talk next week some more about Mount St. John. So I just want to make a little statement. You heard Lester Bird recently talking about Mount St. John was 90% ready. The guy has a long-distance relationship with the truth. How could he, after all them years, be bold enough and had the gall to come and say Mount St. John was 90% ready? And the other fella, the little short, big one, Assad, said that they had an open MRI there and John McGinley killing people because we're not using it. Listen, I want to tell you, we got the engineers to put together a document showing where we were. And in actuality, the construction phase of Mount St. John was 68%. But I'm going to get into more detail in it when we finish all the numbers and so. But just to say that's coming. But the thing about Mount St. John, the Honorable Prime Minister will tell you when it's opening. That's his call. But just to let you know, we're ready. When he's, you know, he have one thing in one back pocket, right? He have a next one in the other back pocket. So whenever you're ready, he can pull the card. Now, brothers and sisters, I have had the privilege and the honor of being the Minister of Health under the Baldwin Spencer administration for 5 long years. They've been very challenging. I've learned a lot, met a lot of wonderful people. But more important, I've been able to touch some people's lives. And you know, you hear on the radio, on that hate radio, where they come up with all these stories. But I want to tell you this. Y'all remember a fella by the name of Voice of VC? Remember he was in the radio all the time about how the Minister of Health don't do this and the Minister of Health do that. That is typical of the type of people that call in the Voice. Where is the Voice of VC today? That's not the same one that thief the stamp from Ghana, stamping the passport. Sorry, stamping a degree. That's, so, you see, you have to listen very carefully. And I want the people who are listening at home, because I know Labour Party people listening, they can't help it. When those people call in and make up stories, they're answers. But John McGinley, as the Minister of Health, cannot take somebody's personal medical records and put them on the street. You see, we have some integrity on this side. We have some humility and respect. And one of the things we are going to continue to do is to respect the individual health situations of persons. And I want to say, last week, a lady called in about cancer. Those things are not things that you take lightly. But I want you to ask her when she called in, whose Medicaid card she had in the States. Right? So when she called John McGinley's name on the radio, ask her, tell us, while you're in America, whose Medicaid card you were using while you come home. Keep my name out your mouth, please. Brothers and sisters, we have spoken about the clinics. You know, they say we never do nothing in health. And health is a very interesting and broad ministry to deal with. Now, unless you are HIV positive, you wouldn't know what we're doing in HIV and AIDS. Just to say that since the UPP government has come in, we now provide antiretroviral treatment for all persons living with HIV and AIDS. And that is unique. During the Labour Party time, they never did it. They wouldn't take care of it. But I want to talk about two things. One, the clinics. You see, we have to start talking about wellness, not about treatment. The cost of care for persons, tertiary care, is going sky high. The great United States of America are also now refocusing on wellness programs to prevent you from getting sick. When you go to a private doctor in Antigua, you know what the bill is? Y'all are aware how every month they're getting higher and higher and higher and higher? Well, you see, that's what some people want you to do. Get sick so you go to the doctor. And they judge by what the doctor charge you as the success. We need a hospital, yes, but we need to prevent more people from going to the hospital. So we have to refocus on wellness. And very simply, we have to make sure you eat better and get physical exercise. Sounds simple, but that's what it is. Now, to do that, we have to focus at the community level. When we went to the clinics, brothers and sisters,